Could another defensive end potentially be joining the Detroit Lions? Well, we'll see. He would have to clear waivers or at least make it to where the Detroit Lions are on the waiver wire, which is 31st. And that player is Yannick Ngakoue. And he is a part of the Baltimore Ravens. They just cut him, and they hope to re-sign him to their practice squad. And if you guys don't know who Yannick is, he played for the Bears at one point. And he's been a pretty productive pass rusher in his prime. I mean, he's still 29 years old. He's not quite what he was, but so far through 5 games with the Ravens, he has a sack and a half. The narrative around Yannick is, he's not a great run defender, but actually this year he's been a little better. He's someone that I think the Lions could definitely use if you're talking about depth at defensive end. I like it. I would be open to it, especially what they have in the room right now. He's probably better than some of the guys on the back of your depth chart at defensive end. It just really depends on if he makes it to 31. Pride of Detroit put this out. Friendly reminder that every player cut from now on until the end of the season is subject to a waiver wire. And the Lions are currently 31st in waiver priority because of their 7-1 record. So could other teams, claim him? Yes, of course. And that'll probably happen. But this conversation is about what if he does make it to the Detroit Lions, because the Ravens clearly expect him to clear waivers and they want to re-sign him to the practice squad, which even if that happens, the Lions should poach him and grab him from their practice squad. But where are you guys at with Yannick and what potentially he could provide? Because I'm open to just having more depth, honestly. Like, do I believe Yannick would come in and play a ton of snaps? I don't know. But I think it's someone that, again, has played in the NFC North before. He's played for Minnesota. Don't forget that as well. He played for Minnesota. He's played for the Bears. And, he's been pretty decent in both places. I mean, just 2 years ago with the Colts, he had 9.5 sacks. In 2021, he had 10 sacks. Last year with the Bears in 13 games, he had 4 sacks. So he is help at the end of the day. And that's really all you want at this point. Like he played for Minnesota in 2020. He had 5 sacks. So to me, he's someone that can certainly contribute to some extent. Is he going to be what he was with the Colts and get you 10 sacks? Probably not. But to me, you have to be open-minded to this. You just have to. Remember what Dan mentioned when he was referring to kind of picking up defensive ends. He says, maybe we'll go and poach someone from a practice squad or add someone else. This, to me, could be the player. He was waived. He could potentially be there for the Detroit Lions at 31. Also, there's a chance he isn't. And there's a chance someone else, claims him. And this whole conversation is basically worth nothing. But the reason why I'm making this video is to at least open some dialogue here about the possibility if he does make it to the Lions, and with them having a chance to claim him, which I absolutely think they should. I absolutely think they should. I personally believe he is a better player than Isaiah Thomas, who they currently have on the roster. I just do at this point. Is Yannick, again, is he what he was in 2020, 2021? I don't know. He's not old. He's 29 years old. But again, with the defensive line room, specifically on the edge, they could use all the help they can get. And, I don't think Yannick is a terrible player. I think he's fine. And even if, let's say hypothetically, the narrative about his run defense is true, which in his career, it has been true. Use him how you'd use James Houston. I guarantee he would be better than James Houston. I guarantee it. What we've seen out of James Houston so far this season has been underwhelming. It's been disappointing. And Yannick in 5 games with the Ravens this year has 1.5 sacks in 5 games. So if you want to play that, well, he can't play the run. James Houston can't either. And he's more productive than James Houston. So I would be open to this, guys. Like, what about you? What about if he does make it to where the Lions can claim him? That's really the conversation, because he could easily be claimed beforehand. But I'm open to this. I am. And I really do hope he makes it to the Lions for them an opportunity to claim him. I really do. I hope he makes it. And I hope they pull the trigger on it, because there's not too many guys on practice squads that have that type of career, that have done the things he's done in his career. Typically, and the trade deadline's over. So now you're going to be looking at practice squads and free agency. And to me, this is a guy who checks that box. What about you guys? Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to read them. If you think it's a terrible idea, fine. Explain why. If you're open to it, explain why. This is an open dialogue here. Check out our live show tonight, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We'll break this all down and much more. But until then, I will catch you guys. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, FisherCTSports.com.